dip it into the egg cream coffee, and eat it. So here's a bite here. We got noodles, we got meat, we got vegetables. This is a set up barber shop on the side road here.
This might be the longest mosaic wall in the entire world.
Oh wow. Welcome to another day here in Hanoi, Vietnam. Now the day's already really late, it's already about 3 p.m. and I only have a few hours before I need to start working tonight. But I figured I'm gonna turn on the camera, I'm gonna try to film something over the next couple hours as I have a little bit of free time. So what we're gonna do this afternoon for the next couple hours is we're gonna go somewhere and get a late lunch. Actually, I haven't had lunch yet today. We're gonna try some different Vietnamese food. Just waiting for a grab car to get there and then maybe walk around that area where the restaurant is, check it out, and then come back to the apartment, do some work tonight, and go out again for dinner during about an hour break and try some more Vietnamese food. So today's all about trying Vietnamese food, and so is every day. There's a slight change of plans because the place we were trying to go to actually isn't opened. No idea why. The door was closed even though it says they're open on Google Maps. So we're gonna find somewhere else to eat. There's 1,000,001 restaurants here in Hanoi, Vietnam, so there's definitely something to find that's close by. As we walk down the road and look for something to eat, let's check out these side streets here and what's happening. A lot of art galleries. Oh, local Vietnamese school. Welcome. Guess those little kids just lost their bottle outside the gate and they were trying to get it. People eating on the side of the road. Not sure what kind of dish that is or if they're having tea or something. Got some local repair shops over here. I've never been to this area yet. Whoa, that's some good art. Wow, have a look at this building. I have no idea what kind of building that is, but that is one fancy design. The way the glass is just matching the background of the sky looks kind of cool. It almost looks like it's just camouflaging. So we just stumbled upon the train track where the train actually passes through the city of Hanoi, and it goes all the way down. Now eating there or sitting there for a drink, coffee or beer is a little bit hard to do because I read it online. Things have changed and there are like security guards in some areas. I just stopped into this place to get some egg cream coffee. Look at that. Super egg-like and creamy, but the thing about it is you dip a baguette into it. Here's your baguette, you rip a piece off, and then you dip it in it. It's really noisy in here, but here's the baguette. Dip it into the egg cream coffee like this, and eat it. It's really weird. It's almost like eating a cookie with ice cream, but it's not a cookie, it's bread. Well, we just stopped into that little egg cream coffee joint there. You pay for a baguette, you pay for some egg cream, either with some hot coffee or iced coffee or just the cream itself. You dip it in it like a little snack dessert and you eat it. Super affordable. The egg cream was 25,000 dong and 5,000 dong for the baguette. So the egg cream, it's very interesting taste. You don't really taste so much egg. The egg actually is what makes that foam a little bit more consistent, a little bit more thicker, because it is kind of like a cappuccino foam, but it is heavier, like I said. But it's not so bad. Not something I would eat all the time, and it was my first time having egg cream here in Vietnam. But not very filling. A nice little snack, something light to hold you over until you get whatever else it is that you want. Where we are gonna walk more and be on our search for something else to eat. Good morning from another day here in Hanoi, Vietnam. Today's actually a chilly one. It is about 17 degrees out today. It's a bit windy. It's very different than the last few days of being here. You know, just the past couple days it was about 31 degrees or so. So the middle of the day was warm, it was sunny, not so much cloudy, but today extremely cloudy, a little bit windy, and definitely chilly. I'm wearing a light jacket with a sweater, and I still feel a little cold. So we just went to a cafe. That's where I was going to start the day, but it was extremely noisy in there. There were big groups of people, a bunch of Japanese people, Korean people, British people, local Vietnamese people. So there was people from everywhere visiting the cafe that we were at. It was very well known, very famous. The name of it was Kong. It was something to do with the old Vietnam War. So the style of it had war remnants, books, pictures, military cloths, and things like that. But it was a cool cafe. Actually was sitting there to get some work done, edited a video. Now I have to upload it. The internet there was terrible, so upload speed would have taken several hours. So I'm gonna wait until later to upload it when I get back to the apartment. But the coffee was pretty good. I had a brown coffee. It was 41,000 dong, which is a little bit more expensive than most places that I've had a coffee at so far here in Hanoi, but it was a great way to start the day. And now we are in search of finding some local food. Not sure what it's gonna be, but it'll be something good. So we sat down at this restaurant here, very, very local place, but let's try some of this broth. Super, super warm. Not too hot, but perfect for this cold day. I would like to have some of this and just walk around the street all day with it. But I put some of the spice in there to give it a kick, and that's what I like. I like a little bit of the burn in the back of the throat. I could just eat the broth. Just look how loaded this bowl is. I mean, there is so much in here, so much going on. Those noodles are super, super thick, and with all the vegetables mixing in between. This is a big bite only bowl. Look at the meat. The meat is super thin, easy to chew. Really, really nice. There's a little bit of fat around the edge. So, so tasty. Let's eat some of this meat. So here's a bite here. We got noodles, we got meat, we got vegetables. Let's try it out. Oh, failure. Let's redo that. Here we go. A little bit of broth. These noodles are super, super big. My favorite part is the meat always in these types of dishes here in Vietnam. The meat is almost like a beef jerky, but it's a little bit more soft because it's in broth. But, wow. The noodles are really good too. They're not very soft, they're not very hard, they're like the perfect texture. And if you're me, you just can't pick them up with chopsticks, especially after biting them. Look at the size of this bowl. This bowl is actually really, really big. I'm not sure of the price yet, but it's definitely a big bowl for, I think, the average person. These are the bean sprouts. They're super crunchy and really good, especially when you have a lot of them and you eat it all together, which I've been doing. It's always so hard to eat the last noodles that are in here, because when you're not a chopstick pro, you chop up the noodles in tiny pieces because you don't eat it all in one slurp, and then you screw yourself over.
Alright, so we've just come outside after eating that. You can see it right here. This is their cooking station. They have a fan right there that blows the steam away from them while they're cooking. You have the broth in there. I think they cook the meat in the little pot over there, or maybe in this big drum here. But then they prepare it all there with the toppings and all the other ingredients. But this is the place here. Let me give you a wider view of it so you can see. And you can see here, this is all of the utensils and plates that they have used today. Look at all the spoons, you have all the chopsticks, you have all the bowls. So they have probably served like at least 50 people today, and I'm sure they're making pretty good money, as you can see there. And then all the leftovers, it gets put into there, and then they'll send it to a farm so they can feed some local wildlife, like pigs, and not wildlife, but livestock, I guess you can say. So that is the restaurant right there. You can see where it says Boon Bo Way, Boon Bo Nam Bo, and that's the place where we ate. It's super, super local.
All right, so that bowl that I just ate, the soup bowl, the Boon Bo Way, it was 40,000 dong per person, so really, really affordable. It's about the same price as the bowl I had the first night here in Hanoi, Vietnam. Very good lunch, and I actually didn't eat all the broth because I don't want to be super, super full. Sometimes I drink all the broth, and it's hard not to, but I did leave a little bit, and that way I have some room in my stomach to eat something else today. But check it out, I'm right here, and this is a set up barber shop on the side road here. I don't know where the barber is, maybe today is his day off, but you can see. You have a big mirror, and you have the chair where you can sit and get a haircut. I'm sure this would be a haircut for less than $2.
Here are the little street carts.
I'm not sure what you call these. They're like the bicycle taxis. They're all over Hanoi, Vietnam, and they try to get you to go for a ride. Maybe one day we will. I'm not really sure. It's not something I normally am into, but right now we're gonna try to cross the road because there is the long mosaic wall that goes along the main road here. It's about 6 kilometers long, and it looks super, super beautiful. Lots of detail, lots of depictions of the Vietnamese life, the Vietnamese culture. So we're gonna go check it out. But first, we have to cross the busy road in Hanoi, Vietnam.
Check it out, guys. Here is the long mosaic wall. This might be the longest mosaic wall in the entire world. Don't quote me on that. I'm not really sure, but it could be because I believe it is about 6 kilometers long. But look at the detail, the colors. It's so fascinating.
We were just, oh, hello little doggy. The dog was pretty cute. We're just walking along the streets here now in the old quarter, the French Quarter, that area, just kind of wandering around and working off this food, right? So we can have more space in our stomach to have something else soon.
Here's the most famous Bami joint in all of Hanoi. It's called Bami 25. It's in the northern part of the old quarter. As you can see, there is a huge line waiting for banh mi, and you order it. They have all different options of banh mi here. I'm not sure what the pricing is.
Alrighty, just took a break here from walking around, hopped into a cafe called Den and Nau Cafe, something like that, which means black and brown coffee. I got another brown coffee today. It's really interesting what types of coffee you can get here in Vietnamese. I can't even speak today. What's happening? So this cafe here is actually pretty cool. It's right on a busy intersection out here. There's lots of vehicles going by, motorbikes, people walking. And I got myself another coffee to kind of get some energy before I have to work later. This is a brown coffee. Let's try it out. Oh, wow, that's strong. You can taste the condensed milk though. Brown coffee is interesting because they put condensed milk on the bottom and then they fill it with the coffee and they put a little bit of foam also on the top, and then you just mix it together. It's pretty good, not bad for 30,000 dong, which is an average price of coffee I think here. You know, it is interesting how they name the coffee. They have brown coffee, which is this one. They have black coffee, which comes with no milk or anything, and then they have your standard lattes and cappuccinos and egg coffee and things like that. There's plenty of coffee options here in Hanoi, Vietnam. I'll tell you, this cafe here is really, really cool. Now there's really cool cafes everywhere in Hanoi, Vietnam. But one of the interesting things about the cafes here in Hanoi is that they have them on a lot of the intersections, in the corners of streets. And in those areas, these cafes are 2, 3, 4 floors high. So you have a nice view of the intersection, and you can kind of be up and away from some of the noise. You're not completely away, I can tell you that, because there's lots of noise no matter what. As you can hear, people are beeping and honking their horns and letting people know, hey, I'm coming through. Lots of delivery happening, people trying to sell stuff to you as you're walking by. But yeah, the cafe culture here in Vietnam is something else. It's really incredible, and one of my favorite places in the world to enjoy a coffee. All right, we have found the murals. They're actually underneath like a train track here, going all the way down the road. So let's check them out.
This one is at the Long Bien Bridge. Is that this bridge? No, that's not this bridge.
So as you can see it, this one here is made of electrical wire casing. And the picture is supposed to stand as a symbol between the past, the present, and the future of Vietnam. Very, very cool. So here you have a picture of a young Vietnamese girl setting off for probably school, it looks like.
Oh, whoa, check it out. We have an old Vietnamese bike here. It's bolted into the ground so nobody can steal it.
So here you have a gold motorcycle, and it is here because this is the first area where there was a motorcycle market in Vietnam, which really kicked off motorcycle culture and motorcycle market, yeah.
This one's super cool here, look at that.
Well, there are more murals down here as you walk down. We're going to take a look at some of them at the end here, but there's plenty of space for new murals to come in the future.
So this one's like black and white. It's pretty cool. And you can see over here, there's a Vietnamese guy cleaning some Nikes.
So if you don't already know, here in Hanoi and probably Vietnam in general, one of the local jobs that people have is to walk around and clean people's shoes. You know, cleaning shoes is a very popular job in many countries, but here it's a little bit different because they are shoe shiners, but they don't have a specific location. They just carry their supplies with them, and they approach you and say, can I clean your shoes? You say yes or no. You give them your shoes, and then what you do is you put on some flip-flops or some sandals while they clean your shoes. So it's a pretty cool thing. You'll see it everywhere. They come into the restaurant where you are and offer to clean your shoes. All right, we've just taken a grab car back over to the area we were staying, away from the old quarter, and I'm gonna grab a little bite of a Bami sandwich, because when you're in Hanoi, when you're in Vietnam, you always gotta eat Bami.
The name of this place is Bami King. It's really interesting. It literally looks like the Burger King logo, but for Bami sandwiches.
All right, I've just come back to the apartment here because I have to work in about an hour. Did stop by the Bami King or Bami King. Now this is a spicy banh mi sandwich. Here's the inside of the banh mi. You can see there's some spicy pork in there. You have some vegetables, some carrots, and green stuff. Maybe that's a cucumber slice, I'm not really sure. And maybe some pickled cucumber or pickled onion. Here's the view of Hanoi, Vietnam from my window here. There's just a building across the way. Can't really see much, but eating the banh mi over here to enjoy the local life and the sounds from the city. So let's try this out. Oh wow. It's hard as a rock. They definitely put that in a toaster oven way too long, but the ingredients inside are very tasty. Wow. This is what life looks like outside of my apartment building here where I'm staying. I don't know what kind of sauce they put in there. Maybe that's supposed to be the spicy sauce. It's not very spicy at all, but super good. This is my third banh mi here in Hanoi. Definitely not the best. I believe the banh mi is way better when it's from a little local stand, from some lady on the side street selling it. That's not an official place, but you know, she just set up shop with her cart. Always tastes better there. 38,000 dong for this. Not so great of a deal, but hey, I'll take it. It's something to eat. Not very expensive at all. It's affordable for me, and it's gonna hold me over. Well, I'm gonna finish this banh mi, or maybe. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish the whole thing, but I'm gonna do a little bit of editing, upload a video. I'm gonna work for a few hours, and then I will see you guys for dinner around 9 p.m. here in Hanoi, so hopefully we can find something good to eat. So, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Alright guys, it's been about 4 hours and got some work done. Got a little bit more work to do later on this evening. It is now 8:30 p.m. at night, and we're headed out to the main road here to get something to eat, to get one last meal in today here in Hanoi, Vietnam. So let's head to the road. Let's see what we can find. Hopefully something very good, something not too expensive. Maybe it'll be expensive. You never know.
All right, we've just come to this little barbecue joint here on the side of the road. And they did just turn this on. It's super, super hot.
So we are eating along the street here. It's a little bit noisy with some traffic. Just got a Hanoi beer. Cheers. Love some beer. I'll tell you what, the french fries aren't bad. They're like regular American store-bought french fries. Made in a deep fryer with some ketchup, some sweet chili sauce.
What I've done here is I've wrapped up the meat and the mushrooms into the lettuce. We're gonna dip it into this stuff here. Looks like some salt, some lime, some pepper, and into this, whatever this is.
Really, really chewy. Wow. That meat is super chewy. Yeah, really hard to chew, but it's really delicious. And there's like sauce dripping all down my hand. It's so difficult to film right here with all the stuff I have in front of me. I don't know what's in this sauce, but it's like sweet, not spicy at all. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna dip this meat right into the sauce without the lettuce. Here you can see this is the meat here, super tenderized, nice and brown. Dip it right into this stuff here, some salt. Oh no, give me that pepper back. I dropped it. And we'll dip it in this stuff, and then we'll eat it. Wow. That is super salty. Holy crap. All you need is a little touch on that. Not anymore. Wow, barbecue is not easy to eat with one hand and filming. We'll take more of this. We'll dip it into this sauce here, and we'll consume it. And I'm gonna break the rules. I'm gonna use my hand. So Hanoi beer is definitely one of the good beers here that I've had. I think it is a lager. I'm not really sure. But I've also had Tiger. I've had Ruby. Yeah, so the other one I had was Saigon and Truc Bach. So I've actually tried quite a bit of beers here, and Hanoi beer is definitely one of my favorites. And the Saigon beer is actually pretty good too. I ate a chili pepper, man. Oh, my mouth is on fire. My lips are burning. All right, well, just finished up there at the barbecue place. It was 220,000 dong for two people. So that's just about $9.50. That's pretty good, $4.50. I mean, you didn't eat a lot, but it's good enough. It's a small meal. I'm full for now, and I'm gonna head into the Circle K to grab a snack for this evening. And that's gonna be it on this video here in Hanoi. So thanks for watching, and I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow for another video. Peace.